Hello, YouTube. Hello, YouTube. You all come on in. Click it, click it, click it, click it. I'm eating my ICI bowl. Tasting some of this. I've been eating a little bit on it. First time I had an acai bowl. I didn't get it from a shop. I got it from the grocery store, which shouldn't matter much, I guess. I don't know, my first time having one. So I don't know I don't know the comparison. I got Heartwarm, and it has the ICI. It has bananas, peanut butter, granola, peanuts, and it comes with chocolate chip and honey. But I told him to hold the chocolate chip, hold the honey, trying to get some away from some of the sugar. I should have told him to hold the peanut butter, but I'm gonna try to eat around the peanut butter. But I can see how they can say this is healthy. It's all right. It tastes pretty good. There's a lot in this little container too. And yeah, it's all right. Now it was frozen. It has defrosted a little bit because I had to let it defrost a little bit. I don't want to wrestle with my food. I prefer to eat it instead of trying to stab through it and get through it. But what I want to talk about today is strangers being better than family. Our family knows when. You got history with family. Whoever you call family. Praise God. Thank you all for being here. Hey, sis. Thank you for being here. Merry Christmas to you too. Family know us when. They know our hiccups. They know when we struggle. They know our wayward ways. We know if it's, from childhood. They knew that when we got in trouble with parents and grandparents and things like that, when mom and dad had to get on to you, and then we remind each other about that when we're adults and get a good laugh out of it. You remember when? So when you convert and walk in your Christian walk, many times it can be hard to talk to family and those unconverted family members because they know you win. And they can recognize you in your new path of your life, but then they also can dismiss what you're talking about because they don't see you as being a serious contender. How you gonna tell me, girl, please, guy, whoever, brother? And for that reason, you can find it hard to get through, to talk to them. I'm eating my ICI bowl, y'all. So that can be the case. Also, when it comes to your parents, it's hard to try to disciple parents because they see you as, I raised you, honey. How you going to tell me? When it shouldn't matter, but it can matter because parents can see it that you don't know more than me. I took you to church. But you can outgrow your parents. When it comes to growing a relationship with God, this is not a competition. This is not about the older and the younger. And you have longevity, so you know more than me. No, it don't work like that. Because I could be putting in more fervency and making a more commitment with my life than what mom and dad did. We all individuals. But when it comes to trying to encourage and share the gospel with those who are older than us and their family members, that can present a challenge sometimes. But what I wanted to spin this around to, where I want to open this conversation up when I said that strangers can be better than family members, is sometimes you can't talk to your family members, you have to let them go. And remember the passage in the book of Luke. It says, Luke 10:2, the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Therefore, pray earnestly to the Lord of the harvest to send out laborers into his harvest. Now, we got some key words right there, y'all. The harvest belongs to God. It's his harvest. Every single soul that's living, whether they related to us, not related to us, our own children, our adult children, their soul don't belong to us. Our parents' soul don't belong to us. We pray for a laborer. Some things don't even try to talk to your family members. Don't even try to talk to your children. Of course, we become advisors. Once they become adults, we have to transform from the parent who's a protector and a provider and a nurturer I would say nurturer, to an advisor. Still parent, but now we're in the advising role. Because they need to start living their own life and making decisions for themselves. But still, this little thing got me belching a little bit. I'm sorry, you all. We pray that God send laborers. Our family members' ears can be open to us sometimes, and then they shut down. Because again, our relationship, how they know you, we're too close to each other. So they easily to dismiss you. So pray that God send harvesters, send a laborer across their path. Because they will hear a stranger easier and better than they hear you. Because their soul don't belong to you. You can't be protective of their soul. You can't be so close to your family members, to your siblings, that you become protective of them. And now you want to be the one that disciple them because you know them best. But you don't know them best. You know them naturally in their autonomy, in their physical, in their physique, their physiological being, but you don't know their soul. So you need to ask God, who is He is over the harvest. The harvest belongs to him. He knows the situation and the position of every soul living. So the things that you don't know to say, because this is what we can do too. Because I grew up with my siblings, I'm protective of them. These are people I love. It's things that I might be escaping talking to them about because I'm tiptoeing around their feelings. Because we love each other. We have a love bond. When a stranger don't have that bond, they might be able to drive in and drive home right there in that space, in that crevice where that conversation needs to open up and bloom. But you was tiptoeing with them because of love. And even the opposite can happen too. If you didn't grow up in a supportive environment, family, siblings, everybody didn't get along so well. Your parents didn't raise you, but you're there in your life. But you got this estranged relationship. So you're not visiting a conversation because there's hurt there. There's disappointment. There's distance. So you don't trust them to talk into your life because they've already damaged the relationship. So things that need to be talked about, there's been transformation in mama's life or in an adult child's life. They have a relationship with God. But because of this other hurt that sits on the soul, let me come away from the chest. The soul, remember, our inner nature, the inner being, inner awareness, what we call the heart. Scars sit there. And when scars sit on the soul, that's our memories. And if we're not healed from those memories, get delivered from those memories, then it's hard to hear from that person that caused that hurt and that harm. You didn't nurture me. You didn't build a bond with me. We wasn't close and I was growing up together. So there again, turn them over to a stranger. Pray for them. It's the one that's saved who has the responsibility to pray that the Lord of the harvest send laborers into the harvest. And my family members is part of the harvest. Send a laborer to my brother. Send a laborer to my dad. Send a laborer to my child. Because I can't reach him. And you should not want to reach him in everything. There's billions of people in this earth. God may have you to go to somebody else's family member because you're in the harvest. You should want to be in the harvest if you're not in the harvest. Because voices, ears are waiting on you. Somebody else's family members are waiting for you because their family members can't get to them. They're not impactful, and that's okay. That's why we all need each other. So you have to turn yours over to them too. Because again, a stranger can do the things that you can't do. Your family members won't let you do it. They're going to push back, have a sneer, kind of a side eye, a little smirk. Look at you trying to witness and tell me. They might even be to that extreme. You don't have to be. But if you care about their soul, the soul don't have. You're not responsible for their soul. You can't lock yourself down to their soul. You wear everything in life loosely. You all hit the like button if you come into the channel. You think I'm doing all right. You can benefit from this information. You care about them. you care about their transition, you care about them having a relationship with God, then you can't hound them. You can't suffocate them. You can't guilt them into a relationship with God. You can't beat them up and take the Bible scriptures. And God said, yeah, God did say that. But everybody's mouth is not geared for everybody's ears. I'm not going to listen to you. And then you can't tell me I'm a heathen, I ain't going to never be saved. How you going to say that? I'm just not listening to you. But somebody else, because our personalities work. Remember, our personalities is a calling card. That's why we all should be interested in being authentically me. I shouldn't want to be a carbon copy of sister so-and-so. We don't have the same personality. We don't have the same life experiences. All of our life experiences culminate to help us be a witness. So that, because isn't that what evangelism is about? To go out and be a witness to somebody else, to tell them how God delivered me, he could deliver you too. I used to live this type of lifestyle that you're living. And if I came out of that, you can do it. Oh, it's doable. You can come out. That's what we're out here for. You should not want to look like a carbon copy of somebody else. We already see them. But when we're going to see you, you got to show up. Just be how God wants you to be. All quirky, all stern, all intellectual, all whatever your experiences are, a troubled marriage, an estranged marriage, whatever is going on. Your adult children don't talk to you right now. Whatever your life is looking like right now, God said, come on with your troubles on. Get up. Put your cross on your back and come on. Come on so I can send you to people. Because the harvest is plentiful. People are ready. They're willing. They want to hear. But they want to, again, God have your voice designed for an audience. He have you designed to send to a person. But are you willing to go? Are you just looking at your family? You too enamored and fixated on my kid. My kid is everything to me. And I want them saved. If you want them saved, you got to let them go. You got to let that soul go because you don't own that soul. You can't muscle them. God will not allow you to do that. Your soul belonged to him. How did he get you? Normally, the way we come to God is through our troubles. We come by life beating us up. And then we surrender and say, God, I need you. I need help. Help me, please help. We come through a surrender. And that's the way your family members are going to come. They're going to come through whatever their hardships going to have to be, their disappointments. Their first love hurt them. However they're going to come, that's how they're going to come. But again, you got to stand back and get out of God's way. Or he'll push you out the way. You want to get pushed? I don't think you want to get pushed. I'm thinking about when I said that, this came to mind. You all seen the movie Fireproof? It's an old little, I think it was, well, not think. That was a church production. And they filmed it. And it was this married couple, young couple, they was having trouble. And they was thinking about divorcing. But before they divorced, the young man, I think the star of the show was Kirk Cameron, if that's his name. He's a popular actress. He's a Christian man. And his wife was secretly flirting with a doctor at her place of employment. And every now and then she would stop by her parents' house to visit with them because her mom was in a wheelchair and the mom maybe had a stroke where mama could not speak anymore, but the daughter is their caregiver. So she would stop by where the dad was the caregiver, her father, but the daughter would stop in to help her parents out. So she stopped by that particular day and she was in the bedroom talking to her mama. Mom sitting in a wheelchair. And she just kneeled down beside mom and she said, Mom, I miss our talks. And she's just rubbing on mom's hands. Now, mom is still alive. Mom is not outside the earth. Mom is right here in her life where she can kiss mom on the cheek. She can hug mom. She can even get mom up and maneuver mom to the car and take her for a ride. She can spend time with mama. Mom is right here physically in her presence. But what was missing out of her life that she still longed for was mama's voice, because mama could not speak anymore. Now, God don't have no one way to move. God is a meticulous God, and there could be strange happenings that we don't know why it's happening. Life twists and turns, and there's no cute and cookie cutter way about life. If it has to come to the place where somehow, some kind of way, I'm not glorifying anything with this statement, where your mama and your daddy cannot talk to you no more and make you stand alone and put you out on an island where you feel like, I have no place to land, I don't have the security blanket that I used to have, then whatever it takes in life, we get offended and we get easily disturbed about everything, about every subject. That ain't God. God's thinking is higher than mankind's thinking. It's higher. The soul belongs to God, and he wants the soul reconnected back to him by whatever means necessary, whatever has to come into our life, whatever has to visit our life. He's constantly reaching for the human and beckoning for us. And many times there's trouble, there's disappointment that's doing the beckoning. It's not in the softness of life, in a nice Christian song or melody playing, and now I get weepy because I'm emotionalized. It could happen that way too, but most is trouble. So I just wanted to come on and jump on in here and encourage you all, and don't omit strangers. Don't forget about the role of a stranger. Strangers play an important role. My voice in your family members' ears play an important role. Another disciple, another whatever ministry role, just call disciple. You don't have to be called any kind of a ministerial position or role title. If that person is submitted to God, they're growing with God. When you pray that a laborer come across your family member's path, he's going to knock on the heart, on the conscience of somebody. They might meet up at the grocery store, at the library, wherever. It don't have no certain place. They're going to come across their path, even if it has to be a YouTube video. Out there on other platforms, that person's voice is going to come across their path and talk into their life, to whatever that matter is that God wants them to say. It'll be a just right word for a just right time. And even if they don't yield in the moment, remember the soul belongs to God. He said, well, one waters, another is planting, but God will grow it. So we all just dropping little seeds. We just dropping little hints, if we want to call it that, just dropping. And as that person travail through life, just keep journeying. Keep walking on through their life. Thank you all for showing here. I appreciate you all. Yeah, it's a movie. It's a great movie, sister. That's right. And as that person keeps journeying through their life, that seed is sitting in there. And God will cause that seed to grow. Information to recall. They'll recall something they heard somebody say. Because that's God's business. All of our soul is God's business. So I hope I encourage you all today in that. Turn them over to a stranger. Pray God send laborers into the harvest. And say, God, don't let my seed fall. Don't let my sister, my brother, my parents, don't let them fall. Send a laborer across their path. That laborer know what they're doing, because God already prepared their mouth. Take care, you all.